Hi everybody and welcome to Rose Sky Tarot. This reading is for Aquarius for the 14th of January 2019 and it's a general reading, so may not suit everyone, but hopefully there's a message here just for you. Enjoy. Okay, let's have a look at these three cards, and we have the Ten of Swords in reverse, the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. Now, is there something that you're making a big deal about? Something that you don't want to let go of? And it could be that it's an idea, because this is a swords card, or a way of thinking. And it could be that you want to bring this ethos of working or thinking into real life. Because with the Page of Pentacles, you may have a theory in your head and you may be very enthusiastic and very public about it. And, that way of life or thinking may not really be practical today, but it's something that you want to make practical. And you're so, determined that you don't want to let this idea go, that maybe you're not prepared or not wanting to look under the petticoats of that idea. Because this is something that you feel very strongly about. And moving on to the Ace of Wands, it's something that you feel, will be a good idea. And it may be that it inspires people to remember, the good times in life, possibly way back when. So it could be that you're, reflecting a way of doing things that has happened maybe a generation or so ago. It's more a working ethos that you want to bring back. And you're very inspired by this idea and you really do think it will work. Very optimistic about it. And it's something that you are setting goals towards, bringing into real life. Let's move these cards over to the side and have a look at the wider reading. Now, are you feeling that, you are just getting through the day, doing everything that you had to do, but not really moving forward? You didn't really have a path that you were enthusiastic about. You didn't really have any control over your day. And, you just felt that you were going round a hamster cage, like a hamster. You were just doing the same things again and again and again without really getting anywhere. And then moving on to the Ten of Pentacles. I'm sorry, I've just realised I haven't let you know what cards are here. It's the Chariot in reverse, the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Now, is this way of doing things, feeling as though you're running round in a ball, just going round the same route again and again. That it's really a false way of life for you. It's not what you want to do at all. And it's just something that, you feel that you need to do in order to have a reasonable lifestyle. But in moving on to the Ace of Pentacles, it's not something that you want to do anymore. Because could it be that it's having effect on your emotions? It's having an effect on your health, on your mental well-being. And it could be that with this way of life that doesn't really sit well with you, are you maybe thinking that this isn't what you want to do? That maybe you want to give this up? Because all this is money. And there's a lot more to life than money. So it could be that you're thinking, we may have to do without for a little bit. But, you need a different direction in your life. Now let's move on to the King of Pentacles in reverse, the King of Wands, and the Six of Cups. Now, do you feel that the way of life, the working life that you have, the life that you use to earn money, is very exploitative? Are they maybe abusive of the people that work for them? Abusive of the resources round about them? And it could be that it's a big, huge company that you work for, and, that can be used to manipulate and scare people. Because, they may be saying, do what I want you to do, and I'll treat you any way I like, because I'm the person that pays your bills. And that in itself is extremely manipulative. But there is a part within you that enjoys what you're doing. Whatever this action or task it is, you've got, a lot of passion for it and a lot of exciting ideas. And you've got so many different things that you want to bring into reality. And in moving on to the Six of Cups, is it from experiences that you've had in your past? Do you have, fond memories of experiencing something that you provide in a different way, in a way that they did in maybe old Cary Grant movies, where people had time for each other? They had kindness and politeness. And life was a lot more leisurely. And don't get me wrong, people worked and worked hard, but people were treated better. And that's what you feel. You feel that you want to go back to this time where No, there was kindness and generosity for the people in the workplace environment. And in moving down now, we have the King of Swords, yet another king, and he's in reverse. And we have the Eight of Pentacles also in reverse, and the Five of Wands in reverse. Now, this lighter way of doing business with customers and with staff is something that you want to explore, because the experiences that you're having at the moment are not positive ones. And possibly your exciting idea is to go back to the generation that did provide positive experiences. Because in today's day and age, there just seems to be a more negative environment around, because people look to the value of a cash return, and they expect people to, be there every day, whether they're sick or not, do work to a certain level, whether it's unrealistic or not. And the whole ethos behind discipline can be more extreme and less unsympathetic than it had been, in previous years. And because of all these unrealistic expectations that, they expect people to do too many things within a short space of time for too many people, that how are you ever going to provide a quality service? And you could work all of the hours of every single day and become so negative about the whole experiences, because that's not really who you are as a person. You want to provide something that's quality, not something that you can get out the door to placate your bosses and keep your customers off of your back. And this environment, this working environment or ethos, is very stressful because people are pushed to their limits. People are pushed to do too many things, possibly for less money than they should be having. And that causes a lot of stress, and it causes a lot of backbiting. And it could be that there may be a lot of different conversations about not pulling your weight, or going out your way to be nasty when it's not required. And it just increases the level of aggressiveness within the work environment. Now let's move on to the next three cards, and we have the Page of Wands in reverse, the Three of Wands, and the King of Cups. So far we've actually got every single king. So, with all of these fights that have been going on, are you maybe totally fed up with it? You know, you're fed up of being manipulated and exploited. You know, this is not the life that you wanted. You didn't want to go into work and be surrounded by people fighting. You know, because that can rub off on you as well. And although, you know, this environment is not what you want, making the change is something that's very difficult because that puts you in the realm of vulnerability. It puts you in the realm of not having the money that you thought would be available for you because you've left to do your own thing. But this opportunity with the King of Wands is something that, you know, all of these kings are very, very strong, directing, leading forces. And, you know, the King of Wands is someone who is enthusiastic about it. Whereas, you know, the other things were more negative. Now, this enthusiasm is something that you want in your life. You want to get up every morning and be happy to be there, to be optimistic and inspired and, you know, make your own rules. And with every day that you do this, the more prepared you are for what you are providing. And that gives you a better return on whatever it is that you are providing. Because your enthusiasm and your leadership in this will become known. And it sets this generosity and kindness sets you apart from all of the other cards here. But this is a vulnerable situation, you know, and it's more stressful for you because you are taking the risk here. Because this this business venture is one that is old school, and you know there could be a lot of people criticizing it because you know you are returning to an old way of working. You know, and you're not the slick city version of what business is today. You want to, you know, return to, you know, a more pleasant environment. And the criticism that comes, or mockery that comes, is something that you have to learn to close yourself off from. and it does cost you a little bit with your social group and your relationships, because this is taking a lot of energy from you, a lot of focus, and the expectations on this is extremely high, and the pressure is more on you because of the ethos of your idea. Okay, I'm blethering now, so let's bring these cards back in. And we had the Ten of Swords in reverse, the Page of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. So, you don't want to let go of the way of business that you had when you grew up, because you really do have, good memories, and you're wanting to stand up for that. You're wanting to make a big deal about how awful things are in the workplace. And your ethos is to bring all of that way of dealing with people, way of communicating with people into the real world. You want to make this a part of your life because you feel very inspired by your memories. And you feel that this is something that people would respond to. And you're confident that you could make it a reality. If you're practical about it and set goals. And have the will and the drive to keep going. Even when things, maybe are not going as well as you thought. If you keep your optimism and your passion for what you're doing, then there wouldn't be a reason to let it go. Okay. Now this is a very specific reading, and I hope that it has answered some questions for some people who are watching this video. But I do understand that it may not be relevant for a lot of other people. And it could be that there is possibly maybe one or two cards within this reading that may, send a message that is relevant for you. And highlight possibly a situation that is something to think about. Think about how you do things. Think about how you treat people. Dig out your old black and white movies, and the ethos behind the interactions between people and relationships. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, and I hope you have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.